All right, voicing this one over. We're looking for those 5 signs of healthy play, and this is a hard one because Molly goes back and forth between right now, where she's a little bit like, hey, you're coming up fast on my face, and giving play bows like she just did there. Just like people, dogs can have mixed opinions about things. Molly is interested in playing with Nola. However, she thinks Nola's going a little bit too hard here and there. So right now she's a little nervous. She's kind of skittering down a little bit, but Nola notices that and says, hey, how about you chase me instead? So they both do some play bows. Nola tries to initiate a game of bitey face, and Molly's like, nope, I don't like that. See how she moved her head away? Then she goes back to play bowing and says, hey, how about we run instead? Nola goes to find the other person, and Molly's like, yes, this is the game I want. Let's play chase. Then Nola goes back to trying to play a little bit of bitey face. And Molly's like, hey, I'm not too thrilled about that. She's trying to gain some space. She's trying to move away. You can see Nola starts to escalate a little bit when she goes back on the trip around. The way she's jumping around is trying to push Nola off, not playing. Nola knocks her over. They both get up and do play bows to say, hey, we're still playing. This isn't a fight. That's one of the important things about play, is dogs both recognizing that even if they escalate a little bit too far, it's still not a fight. Skipped forward a minute because there wasn't really anything to talk about. So now they've taken a water break. I'm keeping Nola from trying to drink the pool water. And look at this beautiful socialization. This is socialization. The play they just did is just play. It's awesome, it's great, but it's not proper socialization. True socialization is being able to be calm and neutral around another dog. Both of them need some work on being able to do that right off the bat and being able to walk past another dog without getting super excited. But this is the important part of this session, is them just existing around each other without immediately going at it and going to play. So, while we wait for it to happen, because it'll happen here in a second, let's talk about the shake-off behavior. So when dogs do that full body, head-to-tail shake, kind of like when they're wet, that can mean 2 things. One is it can be a shake-off from stress. If they're like, whew, goodness, thank goodness that's over. They can also do it as a shake-off during play when they're like, whew, that was fun. So it's kind of like a human sigh in a sense. There goes Nola doing one just because she was having fun. Seeing that in the middle of play is usually a good sign. Sometimes it can mean a dog's a little overwhelmed, so it's something to watch out for, but a lot of the times it's a positive, hey, let's have fun together. Here you'll see Nola respond perfectly to Molly saying, no, I'm not really feeling it. Notice how Molly was really stiff and backed up and didn't really play with her. Nola responded perfectly.
Alright. We are doing some general desensitization training. That would be a demand. That would be a demand bark, paired with some frustration. Yes! In this case, I'm more concerned about her getting used to not barking than not jumping. Yes! Yes! Good girl. You can see a few of them wandering. There's Mr. Prance. I'm being a big old meanie butt. Not letting her see anybody. Not letting her say hi. But this is something we gotta work through for her. Praising the second she's quiet, Can also help keep her quiet. Right here. Good. Sit. Yes. Free. Good. There's a kitty cat at the end. You probably can't see him through the gates. Good girl. Down. Yes. Yes. Free. So notice that time she got up just a little bit. Yes. She got up just a little bit. And instead of correcting her, I kept with the yes and just held it down to help her out. You come over, kitty. Trying to get somebody. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Free. Just doing quick reps. Nola, down. Yes. Free. Good girl. Prince. Prince. There we go. Good. Good, Prince. We got 3 of them. Ginger. Jax. There we go. This did not go to the appropriate dogs I was looking for. Yes. Good. Feed her heavily for being quiet. Yes. Good. Nola, sit. This is bribery since there's food. Down. Yes. If there's food in my hand, break. Free. Sit. Yes. Free. If there's food in my hand, it's bribery. Yes. Good. Look at that. Nola. Down. Down. See, she needs a little help. Yes. Free. Good. Good girl. We're gonna toss one the other way. Yes. Get her to disengage for a second. Good girl. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Free. There are 3 dogs right there. Hi, pretty girl. We're still working on jumping, aren't we? Aren't we? Good girl. Good girl. It's going to be a process for her to get used to that and bringing that initial excitement down faster by herself. Yes. Free. Good. But she's doing pretty good. Toss. Good job. Good job, girlie. Thank you, Jaxie. Good girl, Nola. So whether it's frustration from a gate or frustration from a leash, ooh, even a person. Good girl. Yes. Good. So whether it's a gate or a leash, we want to build up that frustration. Does not mean does not automatically mean that she gets what she wants. If she demands sparks for something, hi honey, hi honey. That doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna get it. And then just generally getting her used to those things not being so ridiculously exciting. The example I always give is kids at Disneyland. You can be as excited and as happy and as this is amazing as you want, but there are still a couple rules you've got to follow. For kids, it's, hey, don't run across the street. Make sure you're in sight of mom and dad. Whatever it is for whatever age kid you're looking at, That's the same thing we want to do for her. Oh, we getting some frustration bites. Go get your ball. Okay, well, she went to the window, but whatever. But that's the kind of basics of it. We're working on bringing that excitement level to a manageable level, and then we can introduce the rules, and then everything balances out, and we get manners and obedience, not just obedience.